when you're planning out your speech and you're thinking about what you want to do, after a while you start thinking of all the different possibilities. You think, well, I could do this, or I could do that. These different things, different ideas come into your head. And as these different ideas come into your head, you build up your own thought about what you're going to be talking about, how your audience is going to connect, how everything all fits together. And gradually you become a legend in your own mind. And you see this beautiful speech starting to form, and it just starts to form little pieces at a time, right? Little things here, little there, and then the spotlight shining on you, and the audience is just in awe of your beautiful, fantastic speech. They're just down as, it's like that basically Britney Spears teenage type of infatuation with this beautiful speech you're given. And finally you see it, the great big shining beautiful speech on the hill. Then comes that glorious day you give the speech, the perfect speech. It's wonderful, it's beautiful. You knock the audience dead and you walk off the stage just wreathed in your own glory. And if you're anywhere else but Toastmasters, you can deceive yourself and think you actually gave a great speech. But here, they have an evaluator. So remember in Toastmasters, after I gave my first speech, they had an evaluator who came up and talked about it. He was kind of a big guy. Kind of a big guy in a big guy voice. Well, Tim, he said, that was a pretty good speech. It was all right. Just you needed more vocal variety. And you need to move around on stage more. And you needed to be more authentic. I thought, great feedback. So for my next speech, new speech, I thought, okay, I'm going to have vocal variety. I want to move around on stage more. And I want to be authentic. My problem was I had no clue what authentic meant. I thought it meant maybe I should start speaking in a funny voice. That's what it's all about. So I started thinking, okay, well maybe, so I want to have vocal variety, want to move around on stage more, and I want to be speaking in a funny voice. And I thought, well, what if I did a drunk Senator Foghorn Leghorn? How would that go over? Yeah, and if you don't know, Senator Foghorn Leghorn was a cartoon many years ago called Looney Tunes. It was basically a cartoon rooster who just kind of say, I say, back and forth. That's pretty much all I did, right? It's I say. So I just basically went out 5 to 7 minutes for my next speech and said, I say, I've had too many mint juleps here, I say, I'm staring forward, I say. And I did that for 5 to 7 minutes. Some people swore it was 10 to 12 minutes. Others say it was 10 to 15 minutes. But I talked with the timer afterwards and verified it was 5 to 7 minutes. When I got through this masterpiece, I'd done everything they asked me to do. And I thought, okay, I nailed it. Vocal variety, moving around on stage, being authentic. I'm done. Bam! Put a spike in it. It's finished. And then my evaluator came up. It's a thin guy this time, kind of a thin guy voice. He said, Tim, I think sometimes there's such a thing as too much vocal variety, too much stage movement, and I didn't find it authentic. Well, I was kind of blown away at this point because I thought I'd done everything that I needed to do. I thought, come on, I had vocal variety, I moved around the stage, I was authentic, whatever that meant. So my third speech, I don't even remember what I talked about. I don't remember what the evaluator looked like. I only remember the 3 comments I got after I gave that speech. You can probably guess what they were already. Is it not enough vocal variety, not enough stage movement, and not being authentic enough. Have you ever done something over and over again and it just doesn't work out and you start thinking, maybe this isn't for me? Remember this happened? That's where I was. I was thinking, this is ridiculous. I have tried to do speech after speech after speech. I've done it 3 different times, 3 different ways. None of them are right. I'm wasting my time here. Forget it. I'm just going to quit, stop, not do it anymore. Please stop doing it. I'm not speaking anymore. So if you want to become a good speaker, of course, the best thing to do is to stop immediately. Well, after a while, the guy there was Rocky Romero. He was in charge of the club. He's about a medium-high guy, dark hair. Kind of a salesman. And he noticed I wasn't speaking anymore. So he came to me afterwards and said, Tim, you're not speaking anymore. What's the matter? I said, well, Rocky, I was speaking, but the problem is that it just, nothing was happening. He said, well, Tim, you kept on doing different speeches each time. I said, yeah, Rocky, wasn't that what I was supposed to do? I said, no, Tim. You want to do the same speech over again, because speaking is re-speaking. He went on to explain what that means. Speaking is re-speaking. You see, when you give a speech, if you give a different speech each time after your evaluation, then you don't really know what you're doing. You give an evaluation of this speech, then you do a new speech, then you really don't get any better because your evaluation had to do with the old speech. But if you give a speech, you get an evaluation, and you redo that speech you just gave, you get a little better. And then you redo that speech, and you get a little better. So every time you redo your speech, you get better and better at doing it. And just little improvements. So I started doing that. Started giving a speech, and then after I got the evaluation, I do the speech over again. And over again, and over again, and over again. If there wasn't anybody else speaking, I said, hey, I'll speak, fine. I've got a speech, I've been doing it 17 times, I'll do it 18 times. No big deal. I'll get better and better and better at doing it. Start getting better. And you do the same thing. If you've ever given a speech here before, go back and re-speak that speech. Write down your comments, get all the different things that people are saying about it, and re-speak that speech. Zena's done her speech 5 times. She stopped and said, do it 6, do it 7, keep on going, keep on doing. Because you find little things as you're going along. You can tweak this, you can tweak that, and it gets better and better and better. This is how professional speakers do it. They've got 3 or 4 speeches, they keep tweaking them, keep working them, they become better and better each time. So once you start doing that, you become better and better at speaking. So if you do want to improve quickly at your speaking, well, first you have to speak. But after you speak, you have to re-speak. So remember, you want to become better at your speaking. Just remember, speaking is re-speak.